For thousands of years, the God Wars have raged on. Factions fight for glory, but there can only be one. Adventurers have come from far and from wide, but the end is here, and it's time to pick a side. Over 100 of the most esteemed adventurers in Gielinor have been called upon to serve one of the gods in a brand new creator event, DEADMAN Factions. I am bringing this to you in collaboration with Jagex on the 25th of January. In DEADMAN Factions, 150 creators have been sorted into 4 different teams. The blue Saradomin faction, the red Zamorak faction, the green Bandos faction, and the yellow Armadyl faction. Players will have 3 hours to work together within their faction to build their accounts from scratch using extreme never seen before boosts on the private Deadman Annihilation world. They will then all be teleported to Damon's Crater for the final battle, in which they'll fight alongside their faction to the death in a multi-combat finale. The final faction left standing will be victorious. You can watch DEADMAN Factions live on the official Old School RS Twitch channel starting at 4 PM UK time on Saturday the 25th of January. We'll be using spectator tools to keep track of all the action as it unfolds. And right after this, stay tuned for the Old School Winter Summit, where we'll hear about all the huge updates coming to the game in 2026. You can catch that on the Old School Twitch channel starting at 8 PM UK time. Now in DEADMAN Factions, we're not exactly going to be on a normal Deadman world. Even though players start at level 3, they'll be boosted to the extreme with 1,000 times XP rates. Kick a goblin in Lumbridge, that's 20,000 strength XP. Do the museum quiz, and that'll give you 1,000,000 Slayer XP, which gets you straight to 73 Slayer. In fact, it only takes 120 high alts to get to 94 mage. The progression will be insane in this event, faster than ever before in Runescape. And that's just the first of our insane changes. But before we go any further, I think it's about time we met one of our factions.
Hey guys, I'm Settled. Welcome to the Saradomin faction. Absolutely loving my team here. The vibes are immaculate. We have one of my favorite bald players ever, Foe. The rest of the farmers are here. We've got elite strategist Maz. Tirzu is probably going to give us some interesting reptile facts or something. So hyped for the 1000x XP rates. We're basically playing the whole game in 4 hours. It's a speed run. I mean, it's going to be insane. I'm super excited.
All of the buffs are crazy in DEADMAN Factions, so I'm cooking up a plan that's hopefully going to make us the strongest team. Our team has some great PvPers to lead us into the battle, like Framed, Mika, and Eliop 14, as well as a couple of wild cards, and I might even have a little trick up my sleeve when it comes to the planning.
I'm just happy to be here. I really needed a break from editing Gielinor games.
And I'm happy to see so many amazing creators here on the Saradomin faction. Remember, we still have 3 more factions to go. That's just how stacked our lineup is. Anyway, I was talking about extreme 1,000 times boosts. While in DEADMAN Factions, we're going crazy because drop rates are also boosted 1,000 times. This applies to any drop typically affected by modifiers. So yes, this will be absolutely insane. I'm kind of worried that we'll end up breaking the game somehow. Just think about it. Go and kill an Abyssal Demon, well, you're essentially guaranteed to get a whip. A Draconic Visage is 1 in 5 from a Wilderness Black Dragon. That's a DFS right there. The Barrow's Chest is also crazy, dropping 6 items at a time. Considering this event is only 3 hours long, the gear our competitors finish with will be exceptional. Alongside our extreme 1,000 times modifiers, we've got some other simple changes to the DEADMAN Factions world. When you kill any player in DEADMAN Factions, their loot pile will spawn an additional 15 sharks, 3 Sanfu serums, a ranging potion, and a super combat potion. This change has been made to make sure it's always worth your while using your supplies to secure a kill. We don't really want the winning team to be the guys that just never got in any fights and hid the whole time. And I know who certainly won't be hiding. It's our next faction.
I'm Dino, and welcome to the Bandos faction. We've got myself, we've got Harry, we've got Seb, we've got West Ham, we've got Doobies. Our average PK skill is ridiculous. We also have a couple of big brains like Lemoy, Sick Nerd.
The best thing about DEADMAN Factions is going to be having the opportunity to be in like an old school DEADMAN multi-fight where it's actually even, because back in the day it was always like 500 like lit members versus like every little Billy and Bobby. This time it's going to be nice and fair. It's going to be fun to see what kind of tactics can happen when it's like actually a fair fight. So it'll be interesting to watch for sure.
We also have some Bronze Dagger only one chunk locked Ultimate Iron Man accounts that lock themselves in Lumbridge Basement just for the fun of it.
I've made a name for myself for being bad at this game, playing without the wiki and spending hours completing basic quests. So all I'll say to my teammates is, I'll try my best and sorry in advance.
We have a whole platoon of e-girls. Everyone loves the Engineer. He's going to be like our secret weapon.
Bandos, the god of war. This faction is absolutely stacked. There are so many good players in here, but can they hold their nerve on the Deadman battlefield? Now, on top of our extreme boosts, we also have a greatly accelerated Deadman schedule in factions. At 4 PM, all teams will start from scratch and the event will begin. 1 hour into the event, we will have our first breach south of Zombie Paris, and then another hour into the event, we will have our second breach at Anakal. There's loads of cool new breach monsters spawning, and they've had their loot table adjusted so that they always drop either the advanced weaponry trinket or a piece of the ancient warrior equipment. And yes, ancient warrior armors are making a return to Deadman. Just after 3 hours into the event, all players will be teleported to Damon's Crater for the permadeath stage, where they'll fight alongside their faction to be the final faction left standing. Let's talk to our next faction looking for that win.
What's going on, guys? B0aty here, and welcome to the Armadyl faction for the first ever Deadman factions. I'm incredibly excited to explore the game with 1000x experience rates and 1000x drop rates, as it opens up tons of problems we had to solve and fun strategies we have also created.
Our team is absolutely stacked. We have some of the best PVMs in the game, like Wydiga, Cold One, the best skillers like JCW and recently 200 mil Heboxjong, and we've got the PvP legends like Wiggled, Skill Specs, and Sparkmac.
Perp, skill specs, B0aty. We've got the entertainment, but also the skills. I think we're favorites.
The Armadyl faction. What a unit! A little bit of behind the scenes here. This faction has done more planning than the other 3 combined, so I'm excited to see what they cook up for us. Now, everything else in Deadman factions will function as it will in Deadman Annihilation, which is the new public Deadman releasing on January 30th. This new season will be the most accessible form of Deadman in history, seeing so many different cool changes. Now, my favorite change is that Jagex has moved to a Deadman point system for progression, similar to how Leagues works. For every activity in Runescape, you'll gain skill points, whether that's through leveling your stats, killing bosses, farming breach monsters, or basically doing anything in the game. When you have some skill points, you can spend them with the new Deadman skull to unlock sigils. Sigils will no longer be tradable this Deadman, and over half of them will be permanent unlocks to your character. I think the coolest one here is the Sigil of Eternal Belief. Once you've unlocked this, your prayer will never naturally drain again. I also really like the reworked Sigil of Alchemaniac that keeps you alking indefinitely. But sigils aren't the only thing you can buy with points. You can buy quest lamps that unlock entire quests. For example, it costs 1,500 points for Marjarat 1, which completes Desert Treasure, meaning you can use Ancients without ever needing to quest. And this one's huge. Bank keys have now been completely removed from Deadman, so you only risk the gear you're carrying, just how it works in the wilderness in old school. This means that even if you're not that experienced with PvP, you can definitely get stuck into experiencing all the progress and cool effects in Deadman Annihilation without worrying about losing your whole bank. Deadman chests will also have a chance to spawn when killing monsters or at random throughout the world. The chests drop some really good loot: Ancient Warrior Armors, the Thunder Kopesh, and the Dog Sword, which are all new additions this Deadman. And once you rack up some points from playing Deadman Annihilation, you'll be able to buy some really cool rewards. We've got a new Deadman recolor for Crystal Armor and the Staff of the Dead, a new home teleport animation, and my personal favorite is the new Wilderness House theme. There are so many more amazing changes coming to Deadman Annihilation that will be present in Deadman factions, so tune in to get a little taster of what's going to be in the main events later this month. And last but not least, let's hear from our final faction.
Hey guys, I'm B0aty and welcome to the Zamorak faction. We got the best PKers in the game: Odablock, Reese, Laganarium, the best PVMers in the game, or Khazard, No Monkey, the biggest creator in all of RuneScape. Me.
Deadman faction is going to take a lot of planning, so good job I got janitors with me like Mutt, Port Kazard and Alfie. We've also got a few wildcards like the Wild Boys and Tyler1, so let's see how that one goes.
Oh, and I'm in Odablock's team. Zio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Zamorak faction. This is going to be absolute cinema. So make sure you tune in to the old school Twitch stream on Sunday the 25th of January. DEADMAN Factions will be the largest RuneScape creator event in history. Somehow we've managed to recruit over 150 people for this. And don't forget, we'll be running straight into the Winter Summit afterwards, where we'll hear all about Raids 4, League 6, DEADMAN All-Stars, and so much more. So make sure you tune in. It's gonna be the perfect Sunday.